Hi, are you able to invite friends? Hi, are you able to invite your friends to join? I would really wish to have so many people joining. I would wish to have so many people joining. I would wish to have so many people joining. Remember, it is auditing and assurance. I would be able to mix assertions and audit procedures. I'll be able to mix assertions and audit procedures. So I'm basically waiting for you guys to bring in other students. You can only tell them to join in the groups, all groups really, be it the paid AA groups or like the RCM family. Simply share with them that link. Tell them, join now. You are doing audit and assurance, join now. We'll be able to tell them that. We'll be able to tell them that because they need to join them in the next 20 minutes. In the next 20 minutes, we shall be through. In the next 20 minutes, we shall be through. In the next 20 minutes, maximum 20 minutes, we should be through. I can see now we are 13. I don't know who is able to give us the highest. Ah, okay. YouTube, nobody is on YouTube. Nobody's on YouTube. Let's, in this case here, call all our friends to join. Let's call all our friends to join. Let me try inviting a few of them. Let me try inviting a few of them. Let me try inviting a few of them. Of course, with your help as well, I should be able to get a good number joining. All right. So I'm waiting for the numbers to join. The moment we get numbers, then we shall be able to move with speed. All right. I can see we are 16 in number. We can do better. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would simply want to show you very small here regarding audit and assurance. Regarding audit and assurance, something very small regarding audit and assurance and the advanced one. And this basically will be something really tiny because it will be less than 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes. And I would wish to just share my screen. Yeah. So then I would want us to talk about audit procedures. Audit procedures. One of those areas that I've always seen being really done very, very poorly in an exam. So remember, you need to be able to know how to connect these three things. These three things. What audit procedure? What audit action are you going to put in place to be able to gather your evidence, to be able to confirm? Against which subject and for what purpose? For what objective? What assertion would you want to cure? So first of all, it will be very important for you to appreciate here that we have our usual, like you see when I come to audit, I'll be able to do my usual analytical procedures. So an analytical procedures, I'll be able to compute ratios, I'll be able to see the trends. Ladies and gentlemen, and analytical procedures, I should be able to compare. I'm comparing, for example, these statements vis-a-vis last financial statements. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in comparisons also, it'd be good for me to think about comparing my actual figures versus what was budgeted. I should also compare between what we have ourselves here as a firm vis-a-vis the industry as a whole, our competitors as a whole. Then I'll be able to discern some trends. Now, once, ladies and gentlemen, then I be able to get these analytical procedures, an overview, then I should go dig further, dig deeper. So now I'm digging deeper. Now we're looking at what we call the substantive water tests. So remember how it goes. We normally talk about what here? We normally talk about R, A, E, O, U. R, A, E, O, U. So we have R, A, E, O, U like this. So this R is for the analytical procedures. Analytical procedures. Analytical procedures, of course, as we've said, we shall be able to calculate issues and observers there. We have this A stands for inquiries, and the third party confirmations. Third party confirmations. We have this for inspection of documents. We shall be able to inspect so many documents here. Invoices. We shall be able to do what we call tracking. Observation. Then we have this U basically stands for recalculation. Recalculation and performance. Regulation and regulations like that. There is a U somewhere. It will always be very good for me to remember the acronym for the The assertions, remember them. The assertion we have a so we have our ACCA cover, ACCA cover like that, cover like that. So remember, the first A is about accuracy. We have the concept of what your completeness. We have classification. We have allocation. We have cut off. Cut off. We have O for occurrence. We have V for valuation. We have E for what your existence. We have rights and obligation. And remember, I should be able to remember the assertions for the P&L and the assertions for the balance sheet. Assertions for the P&L, that is transactions and events. And then we have assertions for the balance sheet. Assertions for the balance sheet. Now, I'm not here to discuss about that really today. Today, what I want us to look at is this simple thing, and you'll be able to see it in our exam questions. You'll be able to see this in our exam questions, really. All right. Now, you can see here, when we talk of the audit procedures, so we mean this. I mean, where you'll be saying as an auditor, I'll be able to carry out analytical procedures. I'll be able to inquire. I'll be able to compare. I will be able to agree or cast. I'll be able to inspect. But now you see students will tell you inspect, but they're not mentioning the subject. What are you inspecting? All right. So for example, I would expect someone to come and have a subject matter. If it's discussions, for example, I'll discuss with the finance director. What am I discussing with this finance director? It's around, for example, some depreciations rate, which I'm not able to see how they did very well. And why am I having this discussion? For what purpose? For what objective? What assertion do I want to cure here? And I've been able to give you some examples here. For example, I'll say inspect the supplier's invoices to ensure, so I'm inspecting something. Inspect the supplier's invoices to ensure that they are in the name of the client, to be able to test what here, the rights and obligations of these assets, in this case here, belong to the company here. And there is, for example, some obligation for us to pay for them. You can see, for example, here, recalculate redundancy provision to confirm completeness. So in this case here, there is what here, an asset. Recalculate redundancy provision to confirm completeness by agreeing to support documentations here. All right. I must get a register of all the employees who are made redundant. All right. So that I can see in this case whether that register is complete. So recalculate. So these are the kind of things I would expect you guys to be looking at. If really you would expect us to go and see what year, to go and see places in terms of what year audit and assurance. So I just wanted to do a 10 minutes presentation like that. And then later on during the day, I'll now be able to come up with an exam question for you to see exactly what happens here, ladies and gentlemen. So it was meant to be that short. It's my hope that you guys have been able to get something out of this small presentation. Is there somebody who has been able to get something out of this small presentation? Is there somebody who has been able to get something out of this small presentation? Anybody who has been able to get something out of this small presentation? Because if you don't connect the audit procedures with the assertions, then you can never be right. You'll always be getting a fail in your audit and assurance. Is there somebody who has been able to pick something? Please give me feedback. Please give me feedback. We like feedbacks for us to be able to know how to roll these courses for you. I don't know whether they are not able to see their place to comment there on YouTube and on Facebook. I would have really wished to get Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a pleasure hosting you. Let's compare notes later again. So the Frederick, of course, the video is there for you to watch later. So you should not be able to feel like, no. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Be blessed.